Hello again. You know, I posted MVI 4179, the Quran is filled with hate. And one of the viewers commented, and I wanted to share what he has said. I'm also going to provide you with what I replied in return. He said, quote, "They don't claim Islam means peace, and it is peace. However, not all of them are good appliers, and none of them is perfect because they're all humans. It's just that there are good and bad people everywhere, but not the religion. Our religion should be from one source, which is God. The main goal of religion for people is to worship God, which is Allah in Islam. Different names for different religions, not an issue. And to settle people's lives on earth. Again, there are good and bad people who would reflect a bad picture either of their country, culture, or religion. So don't judge the whole thing by a piece of it. Thanks." I believe the author of that piece is in fact a Muslim. In either case, here's what I wrote back. "The problem that I see is as follows. Islam is stuck back thousands of years when violence was the way of life for all. Most civilizations have civilized, while the true believers that follow the word go with Muhammad follow the word from centuries ago. Followers of Islam are generally people that have lived and do not live anything other than a meager existence, and hate that has been built into the cult helps keep millions of Muslims together. Blaming others, Jews, helps people that don't have much of anything be able to deal with their meager and in many cases suffering existence. Adolf Hitler was able to unite and galvanize millions of Germans by having them focus their hatred on Jews. Islam has done the same, but it took one step further by turning their hatred on anyone and everyone that is not a true believer. They are all considered infidels and all need to fall under the sword. On a side note, Barack Obama is following Muhammad's playbook by turning blacks against whites and Democrats against Republicans, divide and then conquer. And all that they do not agree with Muhammad's words. Once again, that worked well centuries ago. Unfortunately, the world moved on, and Islam and all of its barbaric teachings remained in the past. They no longer fit into a progressive world. Yet the imams want to retain their power by keeping Islam's followers to believe what has not fitted into the present world. Anyway, I don't know if it does any good. You know, these followers of Islam, many of them have been indoctrinated pretty much from birth, and you're never going to change their attitudes. What's scary is the number of Americans that are being converted, like John Brennan, the CIA director, and who knows who else within Obama's criminal and dysfunctional administration. But I have no doubt that a number of them have chosen to convert and have become followers. Why? Because the chosen one, I believe, is one. That's why. I told you what I think. I told you what one of my viewers thinks. So what do you think?